Hi friends, let's see some of the common mistakes we make in Selenium automation interviews. So number one is lacking about explaining your framework level enhancements. So you could have done some improvements like implementing parallel execution or implementing CI/CD automation or implementing Allure extend reports from TestNG reports. So please be prepared in answering this question. And number two is confusing between implicit and explicit weight. So it's not a preferred approach to use implicit weight and explicit weight both in a framework. It's better to use explicit weight whenever it's required. Okay, so number three is explaining about your locator strategy. Many people talk about XPath a lot, but it's always better to talk about CSS selector and ID, as it's the fastest and efficient way to locate web elements. Okay, so number four is improper handling of dynamic web elements. Many people say they write absolute XPath to handle dynamic web elements. So absolute XPath we cannot completely depend on it, because if there is any change happening in your HTML tree, our XPath will fail. So it's better to use functions like contain, start with, along with WebDriver wait or explicit wait to make sure the web element is located successfully. Okay, number five is no knowledge of CI/CD automation execution. Okay, so as you know, many of the projects or automation tests run in pipeline nowadays. So it's always better to know when your pipeline is working, like when it is configured, whether it's configured daily or weekly, and whenever your code change is done, your pipeline might auto work. So you should be able to explain it to the interviewer. Okay, number six is explaining about your automation test process. So as an automation engineer, we start by reviewing requirements. Maybe you work in manual testing and then you start automation. So you should be able to explain the process. Okay, after completing manual testing, we start automation in the second week of the sprint, and after writing test scripts, we push the code to Git repo for code review, and once code review is successful, we merge it to master branch and review the logs in CI/CD pipeline. Okay, you should be able to explain the complete automation test process. And the final question is like, we should be able to know about the recent trends in automation. So lack of knowledge in recent trends in automation like AI, etc. Nowadays interviewer expect us to be updated in the latest Selenium versions, or being it AI in automation. Okay, so read about these new automation tools coming into the market, and know about AI trends in automation, know about GitHub Copilot, etc. Okay, so I hope this video really helps. Thank you, take care, bye.